How do you rate that performance tonight?
Well, I think you can see there's two teams there that towards the end were tired. End to end, we wanted to control the game more, but we're through. You don't get an easier draw next round if you win 4-0. So 1-0 is enough, and we're delighted to finally beat Wolverhampton. We've had a couple of goals.
Mata's goal was one of quality, wasn't it?
Yeah, it is different. You know, he's got the skill, the composure, and even pace to get through there.
And a nice finish as well. You slipped him a note during the match. One joked about it being a shopping list. Was it that to reshuffle the front line? What was it?
A couple of times you just want him to. I thought we went out of shape for a little while there, and we just adjusted it for 5-10 minutes before half time.
And as the players were saying, quite a difficult side to break down. Wolves, you almost cancelled each other out in some respects.
Well, then again, I think Dan's got 3 or 4 great opportunities one-on-one with the keeper. So I think there's not many times you see teams create those many opportunities against Wolves, and fair play to our boys. We created them, we didn't take them, but we took the one that was important.
Did shake it up with the substitutions, but give us an update on Marcus Rashford, because that may have backfired.
Yeah, that backfired, but you've got to go for them once in a while, and seems like he's got an up there, and he couldn't run. So let's test in the next couple of days. Hopefully okay for Sunday. I don't know.
It looked like he was holding his back, twisted his back. Is that?
Yeah. Yeah, he's struggled a little bit with a couple of knocks with his back lately, and he got another one which didn't help.
And in terms of the bigger picture, the transfer window's open. You're still looking for reinforcements. We've seen a lot of speculation overnight. One day you'll just say, "Yeah, I've signed so and so." Off you go.
Yeah, I've signed such and such. It's we've got no updates.
Thanks.
Cheers.
Well, they need a striker, so he's back. If he's had issues, he does go down and hold his back.
Yeah, well, if he's had a bit of injuries before, he's obviously that must have just aggravated it. It's very difficult to say. I don't think he could say a lot. You find out literally in the next couple of days. Is it bruising? Has he pulled a muscle? But obviously they're thinking it's a huge game against Liverpool, and they would love to beat Liverpool, to be the rivalry between Manchester United and Liverpool. Obviously everybody knows, but they would like to put a stop to this run. That's what they will try and do, and obviously having Rashford there is a big plus because he's in form. So we'll find out in the next couple of days. He's playing it down a little bit now because obviously they won the game, but I think
so tonight you can patch him up in 3 days' time and
get the old cortisone like they used to do in the old days and wheel him out. No, it's all different now, so hopefully he's okay.
As far as Wolves are concerned, I feel disappointed that a VAR decision prevented them going one up.
Yes, I mean, this is Fred trying to play it out from the back. This was, what is it, just before 10 minutes. You think, well, hang on a minute, there's the first goal of the evening, but we do look at it on VAR, and as old school as what I am, it touches his arm, and that's the rules of the game. So you have to abide.
It's not VAR's fault. It's the rules of the game.
Yep, that's what it is.
If he handballs it, it's no goal.
You can't argue, can
No.
you? You can't. You've got to say, right, okay, if that's what we're doing. It is unfortunate because it was from a mistake from Fred, really trying to play it out from the back, and he got himself in trouble. Ended up being a goal, but it was lucky enough for him that
League 1 tonight. Difficult fixture, especially so soon after their last game against Monaco that ended 3-3. but a much better result for PSG tonight, because they are leading by 4 goals, I think, to 0. Now they've just scored 4-1 it is. So first goal from Mbappe, then a penalty from Neymar. Didn't look like touched him at all.
No, he didn't. He seemed to just spin on it. He got there in front of him and just spammed, but the decision was given. And it's good to see Neymar back scoring the goals again.
So that was 2-0. Oh, the scraggy third from Sarabia. Bakayoko got one back. That was just before the end, but there has since been a 4th goal for PSG, and that's Mbappe again. 4-1 it has more or less finished. There you go, in the last few knockings of that game, with 6 minutes of added time, so you've got 4 minutes of that to watch. Just see if anything transpires out of this one. That looks like offside to me, but they're playing on. Anyway, that is available for you the last 3.5 minutes if you want to go and watch that. And that's the way the table looks as it stands. 8 points clear now. PSG Monaco staying in 9th place. That's it from us. Thanks, Nick. Enjoyed your company over the last couple of nights. The FA Cup will return in about 10 days' time. In the meantime, it'll be the Premier League. And Ryan Giggs in this studio this weekend. Have beaten Carlisle. Cardiff beating Carlisle. They'll now play Reading in the next round. And we know that Manchester United are in the 4th round as well. Nick, do they deserve it?
I didn't think we could separate them at a certain point. I thought it was going to maybe go all the way through to penalties, but it took a quality goal from Mata. It was a fantastic goal. It just seemed a little bit dead all the way through the game. You saw little bits of quality, but it just didn't have the feel that anyone was going to get it. You know, but they'll be delighted United are through to their next round. Sometimes you get games like this, and it's the pair of them, even in the league, they met and they drew. You know, so they're pretty equal, these two.
Well, from back to front, nicely done, and a good finish.
Yeah, fantastic finish. They tried to look for an offside. There was never a shout for offside, but they worked it very well. Wolves will be disappointed because this was them trying to score a goal, and all of a sudden they go down the other end. You know, this is the pass, as you can see, is about a good yard or so, playing him onside, and there's Mata there. Waits for the keeper, who was fantastic on the night, Ruddy. When they did manage to get an opportunity, he was there to stop it, but not this time. Just that little dink over the top, and that was enough to win what was a difficult couple of ties, really, because they were both very equal.
I just wonder how much that will, help United's season in the way they're going.
There's no quick fix. You know, it's going to take time, and it's going to take obviously the new signings coming in. But when you start getting momentum of winning games, and all of a sudden it starts heating up a little bit and getting a little bit more pace to it as you get further down, and you have a bit of a chance to maybe do something in the FA Cup, then all of a sudden that's when winning trophies mean a lot to the club. Just to get that feeling back, that feeling of winning trophies and take crowd to Wembley. So there's still a long way to go, and there's going to be a lot
threatening tonight.
Yeah, he's. I like him. I mean, we're looking to say it's a given against Manchester City next week, but the way Manchester City play is they push players forward, and it suits the likes of James. You know, he has the pace. He was a threat. Rashford, whether he plays or not in the game next week, though, but this type of ball over the top is what they can thrive on. Great save again there from Ruddy, as I was talking about before. I thought he was fantastic on the night. This is where they were getting their joy, Manchester United, that ball over the top, and it was onside on quite a few occasions, but it was a really good bit of keeping. You know, and it's always difficult when you play against people with the pace of what James has got, and he won his defenders. You know, I think he's a really good signing. I think he's got a massive future at Manchester United. Once he grows, once he learns. Once again, this is him again. This is what he does very easily. Creates himself situations, and was unlucky just to pull it wide there, and probably deserved to get it in the far post. But another good performance by him.
The huge disappointment is that Marcus Rashford came on and very quickly went off injured.
We don't know how serious it is. I'm trying to look if it was hamstrings or anything. I don't know if it was his back, but the tackle.
Is it a knock? Is it?
That's what is it? Is it more caution just because obviously the big game against Liverpool coming up doesn't look very much, but sometimes those ones there, it's just the way in which he maybe caught him there, and I think we'll possibly find out tomorrow. But they do look. You look at the next game, the next week as well. Obviously Liverpool and then the Manchester City game. What I was talking about. So it's they do need him. You know, he's a top goal scorer.
Yeah, they do indeed. That is worrying news. But let's hear from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
Congratulations, Ollie.